So I like to think of levels as, floors in a building, if you will. You have the first floor, the second floor, the third floor, the fourth floor. Literally, levels work by paying off of wherever somebody falls. It's positional, right? It's where they're at in your organization.
This is Bravenly Global, a multi-level marketing company. They sell grape-flavored drink mix. It costs $82.99 US for 28 servings. And according to one distributor, if you loved grape Kool-Aid as a kid, this will be your fave. Interestingly, grape Kool-Aid costs $38.95 US for 72 servings. In order to understand the pyramid scheme that is Bravenly Global, we have to start at the beginning with the CEO, Aspen Emery. She can best be summed up as was in an MLM, was hired by an MLM, started her own MLM. Zzz, plural. According to Aspen, she started as a rep in It Works. In countless training videos, even now, she recites a story of having had great success in MLM, although I couldn't find any evidence of that. What I did find was in 2017, she got hired by It Works as a field development regional manager, announcing on Facebook that she had stopped doing network marketing after getting burned and brokenhearted. 2 months into her new job, she began posting on Facebook about how people do earn big bonuses and actually make money with It Works. Just look at all those income claims and testimonials from It Works representatives. The It Works income disclosure statement must be wrong when so many people are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, look at all that social proof. I don't see the comment section filled with people saying they aren't making money. Do you? The most reasonable explanation must be that these people don't exist. Everyone wins at It Works. Aspen also uses the same predatory tactics we see in all these commercial cults. Have a look at this post. Have you ever been homeless? Or know someone who has? How about homeless and pregnant? How about having your grandmother die of cancer and being broke, pregnant, and a single mom, heartbroken, and completely scared of what else could go wrong? This is the perfect time to spend your last $99 to join an MLM company and start your own business. 2 years later, in 2019, Aspen decided to start her own MLM, Emrys.
My name is Aspen Emery, and I am one of the co-founders and the CEO of Emrys International.
She co-founded Emrys, a weight loss and CBD supplement pyramid scheme, along with 2 other individuals. She did the usual rounds of Discover Emrys events, both in person and Zoom calls. The next year, 2020, she left Emrys and launched Bravenly Global, doing the same thing across social media. So what happened to Emrys? It's still there, this time hawking a business academy with an opportunity to develop passive residual income, earning fast start bonuses on product packs, earn bonuses on your recruits. If you closed your eyes and listened to this could be a pitch for Mon8. Aspen doesn't like to mention that she was part of Emrys. It's missing on her LinkedIn profile. But back to Bravenly and the point for me making this video. In MLM, people are told that network marketing is a level playing field for all. You are in total control of how much money you choose to make because your income is solely based on your work ethic and mindset. You can literally pick your pay. And this is why all MLMs are fraud. According to cruiselaw.ca, under the Criminal Code of Canada, a charge of fraud can be brought for any act of deceit, falsehood, or other fraudulent means intended to deprive the public or a specific person of money, property, services, or valuable security. So, for example, when the CEO of a new MLM called Bravenly reaches out to 3 people to get in at the top of the pyramid scheme, this isn't a level playing field for all. It's fraud. According to both Section 55.1 of Canada's Competition Act and the 2-pronged Costco pyramid scheme test in the US, Bravenly Global, like every other MLM, is a pyramid scheme. Let's start with Section 55.1 of Canada's Competition Act. An MLM plan only needs to have one of the following features to be a scheme of pyramid selling. Look at those first 2 features. Every MLM has them, and so does Bravenly Global. 1, requires a payment for the right to receive compensation for recruiting others into the MLM, compensation for recruitment. According to Bravenly Global's compensation plan, you have to pay for a Bravenly business kit, pay a $39.99 US renewal fee each year. 2, requires purchases as a condition of participation. Purchase requirement other than a specified amount of product at the seller's cost for the purpose of facilitating sales. Again, according to Bravenly Global's compensation plan, you are required to make monthly purchases if you want to get paid any commissions or bonuses. Now, Bravenly, like other pyramid schemes, will try and wriggle out of this by saying, but you don't have to make monthly purchases. If you have retail customers or brand ambassadors, that would cover the monthly product purchase requirement. Indeed. So then why does the option even exist to use your own personal purchases to qualify to simply get paid? That's a rhetorical question. So in Canada, an MLM only needs to have one of those to be a scheme of pyramid selling. What about the US? I thought it would be interesting to not only show how the two-pronged Costco pyramid scheme test proves Bravenly Global, like every other MLM, is a pyramid scheme, but to go one step further and use the recent ruling against MLM Success by Health, SBH for short, as a case in point. Okay, first off, what is the Costco test? Any business model is an illegal pyramid scheme that requires participants to pay the business for number 1, the right to sell a product. Number 2, the right to receive rewards unrelated to the sale of a product for the recruitment of others into the program. Why is it called the Costco test? Because back in the 70s, the FTC sued an MLM called Costco Interplanetary for being a pyramid scheme. It was found to be one, and then hence the name. Looking at Bravenly and every other MLM, it's easy to see that they're all illegal pyramid schemes. They require participants to pay for the right to sell a product and for the right to receive rewards for recruiting others. But it gets better. Success by Health, SBH, which was found to be a pyramid scheme, didn't contest that they required participants to pay for the right to sell a product. They put their energy into defending against the second point, receiving rewards for recruiting. The federal judge in Arizona ruled that Success by Health was a pyramid scheme and outlined 6 reasons why, 5 of which Bravenly Global and all other MLMs right off the bat share. I thought it would be interesting to see each one of these reasons cited by the court against SBH and compare them to Bravenly Global. First one, Success by Health, SBH, paid commissions to its independent sales agents, known as affiliates, based on purchases affiliates made from SBH, rather than direct sales or resales to end users. This might sound familiar to you. Remember this video?
If those earnings come primarily from selling product to the distributors you've recruited below you, and their sales of product to the distributors they've recruited below them, all within the company, that may be a pyramid scheme.
Something that happens in all MLMs, aka pyramid schemes, is the distributors are the customers. This is why when you hear MLM reps explain that most people just sign up for the discount, what they're actually saying is most of the sales come from the distributors. This is classic MLM victim blaming. All those people chose not to make money. But have a look at Bravenly's compensation plan. 58.21% of partners don't make any commission at all. And the compensation plan shows the same garbled statistics as every other MLM too. For those outside the commercial cult, it's clear it's a scam. For those inside, it shows what they're capable of. This rolls into the second reason SBH was found to be a pyramid scheme. I'm breaking up this bullet point into 2 parts. The first part says SBH focused primarily on recruiting and very little on retail sales to consumers. So I sent an email to Bravenly asking them about their retail sales. I asked 4 questions. How does Bravenly define retail sales? Does Bravenly include all purchases from retail customers, ambassadors, brand partners under the term retail sales? How does Bravenly track retail sales? What were the sales of retail customers and ambassadors versus sales from brand partners for 2021 and 2022? They responded by directing me to their most recent compensation plan video on YouTube and by explaining that retail purchases are made by retail customers. So I went on YouTube and I watched the compensation plan video they recommended. The only time they talk about retail sales of products was from 1 minute 23 to 3 minute and 39 seconds into that video. That's 2 minutes and 6 seconds of a 23-minute and 39-second video, or roughly 9% of the video. Guess what the majority of the video is spent in discussing? Recruitment! Even better is their depiction of the 5x5x5 endless chain recruitment model.
You make 4%, 4%, 4%, 4%, up to those 4 levels deep.
Bravenly is quite brazen. Look at this. See the faint green numbers on the left side of the screen underneath LV 1, 2, 3, and 4? Those numbers show why this is a pyramid scheme. To do the math, all you have to do is multiply by 5. This is something I avoided doing when I was in MLM. I made all kinds of excuses. I'm not good at math. I wouldn't understand it. The reality was I was in a commercial cult and, like so many others, refused to look at the truth. Get a calculator and keep multiplying by 5. This isn't difficult math. You can do this. It's easy. Take a calculator and just keep punching in 5 times 5 and see how long it takes you to exceed the population of the Earth. Like all MLMs, the truth hides in plain sight.
Just to be clear, you will be making the 4% from this page on anyone that's in your level 1 through 4. And on this page right here, if you also sponsored them, if they're your E1 or your E2, you'll make an extra 6%. It's not a takeaway, it's extra. So on many of these people that you see here, you would actually be making 10%.
Almost all of these schemes tell you that you can make money by just recruiting 3 or 4, 5, let's say, 5. Then you let the 5 do their 5. That gives you 25. What they don't show you is that you could only do that 13 cycles, and you would exceed the population of the Earth.
Now, what you don't see here is all the levels below level 4, right? You don't see the levels that are there at 5, 6, 7.
Already it's clear that Bravenly Global is a pyramid scheme, but we have even more things to look at. Take a look at this part of their compensation plan. You cannot make this shit up. Back to the second part of that bullet point. Notably, the court held that SBH inhibited retail sales by prohibiting affiliates from selling via outlets such as Amazon and eBay, and by barring affiliates from selling products below the suggested retail price. For this part, let's take a look at what Bravenly's policies and procedures have to say. Under Section 6.2 Retail Sales, products sold in a retail environment will be subject to a minimum advertised retail price. And brand partner shall not sell Bravenly Global products through websites including Amazon, eBay, Facebook, or any other online platform. What do you think? On to bullet point number 3. This one doesn't apply because Bravenly Global hasn't yet been put into receivership. However, what happened with SBH was that after it was placed into receivership, the company experienced a 95% reduction in product sales. That staggering figure signaled to the court that the primary motivation for purchasing SBH products was not true consumer demand, such as a desire to resell the products in retail transactions or consume the products for personal satisfaction, but the hope that such purchases would lead to or maximize or preserve the availability of commissions. Bullet point number 4. The spike of product purchases on the last day of the month, and that 95% of products were purchased by affiliates, and that affiliates were economically incentivized and aggressively encouraged to use monthly purchases to maintain the rank necessary to qualify for increased commissions. Here's a Facebook post from someone at the top of the Bravenly pyramid scheme posting evidence of this aggressive month-end push that happens in every MLM. This one happened on June 29th this year. Bullet point number 5. The court criticized the impossibility that an affiliate could earn a significant source of income from all retail sales. Again, Bravenly Global does the same thing. Every MLM does. You cannot earn a significant income from retail sales. Everyone earning a significant income is not doing it from retail sales. And finally, bullet point number 6, which brings us full circle to the retail sales discussion. SBH's business practices were indicative of a pyramid scheme, including that it failed to track affiliates' retail sales. Remember that email I sent to Bravenly Global asking them about retail sales? This was the response I received. According to Bravenly Global, Retail sales are purchases made by retail customers. And they have not published any public data that breaks down what our retail customer, ambassador sales, or brand partner sales were for 2021 and 2022. That's because the sales aren't tracked because the majority of the earnings are coming from the brand partners themselves because Bravenly Global is a pyramid scheme. And that's it. But in my research for this video, I uncovered a large number of Plexus distributors, another MLM pyramid scheme, who resigned en masse from Plexus and signed up with Bravenly during the first week of June this year. It was clear that the people who were at the top of the Plexus pyramid scheme took their downlines with them to Bravenly, something that is never supposed to happen in network marketing, but it does all the time. When you're part of a scam, it's easy to justify more scamming, whatever earns you the most money. I mean, whatever is going to benefit your team so they can win too. I mean, it's whatever God tells you to do. You're just obeying God's orders to tell you to resign from Plexus and sign up with Bravenly. Many of these posts were copied and pasted. It was obvious there had been a Zoom call coordinating what to say on social media.
Today, I left my Plexus journey to step into the new journey God has for our family.
Today, I resigned from Plexus.
Today, that was me as I resigned from Plexus after being with the company for 8 years.
After 9 years, I've made the difficult decision to resign from Plexus.
After 5 years, I made the very difficult decision today to resign from Plexus.
Today, I have made the decision to resign from Plexus.
Today, I resigned from Plexus.
So I resigned from Plexus.
I have decided to leave Plexus.
With tremendous discernment, prayer, and lots of consideration, I have resigned from Plexus as of this morning.
Here's a post from someone at the top of the Plexus pyramid making a lengthy Facebook post about her decision to leave Plexus and join Bravenly. Note her excitement at getting in at the beginning of the Bravenly pyramid scheme. This is how pyramid schemes work. You get in early, you're at the top. Network marketing is not a level playing field. Racing in to get in at the beginning of a ground floor opportunity, it's a sign you're in a pyramid scheme. Predictably, what happens when you bring your team from one MLM to another? Incredible rank ups. Everyone is ranking up. Everyone is winning. It's my opinion that most people involved in multi-level marketing are unaware they're actually in pyramid schemes. These are good people, creative people, people that will go out of their way to help others. They're extremely hardworking, and these qualities are used against them. They take responsibility for their inevitable failure, for their team's inevitable failure in these commercial cults. They don't yet understand that their failure is necessary for the scam to work. Their belief that their failure is their fault is crucial to the continued existence of MLMs. Regulatory bodies, government agencies have proven that they are in on the scam. The number of politicians purchased by Amway is repugnant. In Canada, the Direct Sellers Association gets to spend 2 days on Parliament Hill each year, meeting with members of Parliament, taking smiling photos with them, and posting them on their website as social proof that pyramid scheme selling isn't a scam, it's legitimate business. Despite this, people are waking up and leaving these commercial cults. Many are choosing to speak out and warn others in podcast interviews and across social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. People are becoming informed about the BITE model, behavior, information, thought, emotional control, what commercial cults look like, how they present themselves to you. People are learning that it's okay to critically think again. Ask questions. Think some more. Ask more questions. This awareness is spreading, despite MLM's best efforts at continuing to call all criticism hate. In fact, just as in all cults, MLMs have one card to play, and it's fear. They use it all the time. Fear of what will happen if you don't join an MLM, fear of people judging you when you do, fear of people wanting to see you fail, fear of what will happen if you stop using an MLM product, fear of the shame you will feel at having participated in a pyramid scheme. Outside of MLM, there's kindness and compassion and deep understanding from people who have never been in an MLM. Because one of the hardest things many of us who leave MLM grapple with is self-loathing for what we did while we were in. We ask ourselves, how did I not see this? The red flags are so obvious. Am I stupid? How could I have been so easily manipulated? How could I have done this to others? How did I believe that what I was doing was good? And we question reality. Were some things we learned good? Did they actually help us? They say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but what if there is no baby? It's all bathwater. What are the true definitions of words? How can I speak about my experience without having the language to do so? How can I find my way back to myself? Healing takes time. To anyone in an MLM that comes across this video, including any Bravenly Global representative, you are loved. There is nothing wrong with your mindset. There never was. You are creative. You are thoughtful and considerate. You are strong. You are courageous. You are worthy, and you're not alone. We're here for you when you get out. Thank you for watching.
But at the end of the day, it is up to you to get in and build a business.